So you join us here at Porcott Lakes. It's about 4:30 right now. We've been set up for around an hour or two and nothing so far. I've just seen someone on the point get one. Not sure how big it was. I couldn't really see. It didn't look like a bad fish. I hope the audio, first of all, isn't horrific because it started to pour down and my equipment's getting wet, so this will be short. But yeah, we've got a couple of rods spread out. The weed is massively up today, and on the surface I'm having to keep sort of getting it out the way, wading out and getting it out the way, because it's all just surface weed. And honestly, I think I'm on peg 20 or 21, I can't remember, but I'm struggling to find anything hard at all. I'm fishing a chod on something that's relatively hard. I think it's just a little bit of blanket weed, very little on the bottom, and then I've got a couple of zigs out just all over the place, hoping to grab one up in the upper layers. We have seen a few jumping around in the middle area, sort of straight opposite the point, and I'm assuming 10 minutes after the guy got one, so I'm assuming that that's where that bite came from. But hopefully they're going to move this way. I was up the tree today and did see one sort of in and around the weed, only about 2-3 rod lengths out, so I have got a rod on those and I'm hoping that that can produce something. But if it can't, then maybe I'll look at moving my rods or changing my approach. Once this rain stops, I'm going to then look for a bit of a hard spot somewhere, because I've not really been able to find anything that hard, but I'm sure there is something within my area in front of me that I can fish to, so hopefully I'll find something hard and get a bit of bait on it for the night. If I don't, then I'll probably just fish either zigs or I'll fish a couple of solid bags through the night, just so I can sit it on a bit of blanket weed and know that I am presented. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna stop this because my equipment is getting drenched, and yeah, hopefully we'll update you later. If not, then I'll talk to you when it's not so rainy. Well, good morning. As you've probably guessed, in true fashion on this channel, we're currently blanking again. As you can probably see behind me, the ducks are smashing my margin spot, which is where I had the most confidence. so that's a write-off, and I'll be bringing that one in a minute, and probably putting another zig on it, because we're in about 3 to 3.5 foot of water just behind me in my area that I can fish. And yesterday when it was warm, I saw a couple of fish sort of milling about by the weed on the left hand side, and I think that that's going to be the way today. I've looked at the weather, we're here till 1, and it's just pure sun, no clouds in the sky. That is currently perfect blue sky, and yeah, so I think they might be up in these shallower areas where it's sort of 2, 3, 4 foot. So I'm going to try a couple of 2 foot zigs, maybe 2.5 foot zigs, just under the surface, and hopefully we can slip one out before we leave. I've just seen a fish over there, I think, which is sort of where we're fishing. I also saw an otter last night as well. I've heard on quite a few podcasts that there are quite a lot of otters on the Cotswolds water park, but they apparently mainly eat the crays and the mussels, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But I was literally in my bivvy just there, and he was probably 2 or 3 meters from my bivvy, just in the water, right in the margin. I tried to get a video of him, and as he came up, I was sleepy, I realised what it was, and before I could even get my phone out, he was gone. So I sort of, that got me a bit disheartened on that spot as well, because again it was that margin spot, but sort of overnight this whole area then I wasn't all that confident with, because obviously if there's an otter about, the fish probably aren't. But yeah, it's looking positive for zigs today, so I think I'll either go with 2 or 3 zigs. I'm not 100% sure yet. I've got one out at the moment. I'm going to whack a few more on, because I think that's going to be the way today, with the way that the weather is going and stuff like that. We've got approximately about 5 hours left, I think, so I need to use that wisely, and that's why I think zigs are the way to go. There's not enough time to bait a new spot, find a new spot or whatever, so it's probably going to be a zig day, maybe at 3 different depths or something like that, maybe 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, and we'll see how we go really. But I'm going to keep getting up the tree, seeing if I can see any fish. If I can't, then I'm just going to sort of cast into areas with a zig that I think look promising, in and around weed, on the edge of weed beds and stuff like that. But hopefully we'll come back with a capture bit. If not, then yeah, it's been another blank, so just sort of keeping in with the channel, you know. But yeah, hopefully it won't be the last, and last time I see you, and we will get something, but can only keep our fingers crossed.